methods of, minutes would, I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
Do you have an alternate recommendation?
So how about 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years would be fine. I'm fine with that.
Meeting minutes are stored forever, right? There's no, it's no longer meeting minutes, they're stored.
Meeting
What's the
minutes?
intention for meeting minutes?
Well, right now, the general rule is, minutes are permanent under the existing ordinance. The minutes must be kept permanently.
Right. And in past, we've already had our minute discussion, and we've all agreed that our minutes are much more concise now than they have been in the past, and that was the direction that we went as a board. The benefit of storing the video longer, if you're asking, is that it provides a lot more context around emotion. And so it enables us then to keep our minutes a little shorter. And if there is a question, I do know staff has said that they do go back to those. When there is a question, they do review them to see the context. And right now, like plan commission meetings are very detailed, and we've actually gone back 5-7 years on plan commission meeting minutes to utilize when something comes up that we discussed 7 years ago. We want to see, we're not repeating ourselves, we don't have to repeat our history and all the work that we've already done, and there's a good record of that. So the one benefit of keeping it for a longer period of time, if it's not a financial concern, is the ability to go back and look what you talked about on that issue 5 years ago or 6 years ago. So limiting it's fine. I know, I understand the excessive part, but why is it excessive unless it's a financial concern? There's no storage. It's not like, where you're storing disks everywhere. This is a one hard drive, and if we have the ability to store it, what's excessive? Is it the financial part? I mean, it's just one.
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking whoever, I guess trustee Megan.
It's not hard to remember.
Other people agree.
I don't have a definition of excessive, that's my opinion.
But,
I don't have to.
no, I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, so why don't
So
you
you
want it
either agree with me
for
or you don't,
25
but-
years?
I would like to know what it means excessive. Is it
Permanent.
financial? Is it, why is it excessive? What makes you feel that way?
When we appoint people to committees and commissions, frequently other trustees mention how great it is that people have been here for so long and they have the history, and that's so important in having them on the Parks Commission, the Planning Commission, whatever. Why is having history and context so important in that situation, but in a situation such as this one where someone could actually go back and view the tape and see what was said and what the contract, I watch the tapes quite frequently actually, and take notes from them also. So I find them really valuable. I know probably many people don't bother to ever look at them. But if we can't value history in one context, but then in the other context say, oh, that,
Well, unless it was
3 years.
expensive or something. There
So would
could
you-
be reasons.
Would you say that 7 years isn't long enough and maybe 15 years would be better?
I think
I'm
seven's
okay
a-
with 7 years, but
I think
if
7
it's
was
good,
good.
if it's good to have, people on the CDA for 9 years, then I don't know why it's bad to have board meetings take.
Well, they're different.
There's a
Completely
reason
different
seven-
things. There's apples and oranges here, but it's
Not really,
I've been
they're not the same
30 for
ballparks.
38 years. So I've been going to meetings for 38 years. And the public records law, the record retention law, when it was adopted, was about just a little before I started practicing law. As best as I can tell, it was just an arbitrary decision made way back when to make 7 years the number. There was no magic to it whatsoever. And so it's just,
There's something biblical about 7.
yeah, I guess it is. It's a lucky number, and I was born on the 7th of November, so I'm sure that's why they, chose it. But most of these, obviously some of these are arbitrary when they are permanent because there's certain records that should be kept forever. But the rest of them are all pretty much just arbitrary time periods that have been chosen for various policy reasons. The village ordinance, the record retention ordinance, was a project that Ray Holland worked on for a number of years because the village of Shorewood had been incorporated for a long time, and if you don't have a record retention ordinance, basically you gotta keep everything forever. So this was to assist, because Shorewood was running out of storage 15 years ago, and now with electronic storage, it's a little easier, but so this was an ordinance that was brought to the board, and all these, first of all, was sent to all the different departments. Each department was asked to make recommendations on how long to keep these various records. I'm sure some of the recommendations were somewhat arbitrary, and I'm sure they didn't really give a lot of thought to every single time period. So I think the question about the videotape is a policy decision. I can think of only one time in my 38 years where I wish I could have had a video at a meeting that was, 25 years ago.
But that's a personal opinion.
And so we looked at the minutes instead, and in that community, they were expert at brevity. So, the minutes didn't help. So if you have relatively detailed minutes, I don't know that you have to keep your videos forever, but clearly, I think it will be very, very, very unlikely you'll ever need to go back and look at village board videos.
This is not illegal. You're not giving legal advice, now you're, making a.
No, I'm not giving, I'm giving advice based upon my legal experiences of 38 years. If you don't want to call it legal advice, fine. You can call it what you want. I'm just telling you that based upon my 38 years, I think it's going to be highly unlikely you need to go back for long periods of time. If you want 7 years, that's within your
Mr. President, could we try to arbitrate this quickly? I believe, Tyler, when you prepared this policy proposal for the board, you incorporated capacity to store these videotapes, projecting out the space needs for all these boards and committees for a 7-year period.
That's correct.
So we have that capacity built into the proposal. Why don't we leave it at 7? Let's call it a day. Is there another item that?
The only other question is as far as other ordinances, as far as going into the records retention, but the ordinance, but I think the standard is 7 years. Is that correct, Bill? So I don't think we would have to make any ordinance change later to that. That was just I was going to ask this question in committee, but we didn't get to it in committee. So,
If what?
so records retention, the ordinance.
Well, it doesn't cover video records, is that correct?
No, right now,
It's silent.
Or you need to add video records that you will need to amend the ordinance to allow the retention that you only have to retain them for 7 years.
Yeah. So what I will probably do at a future meeting, and I think since we're having this discussion, this can just go as a consent agenda. I can make a quick amendment to make sure that's included.
Can we include in this amendment, just direct staff to bring it forward? No?
Well, I think you approved the policy tonight. Staff understands that it has to prepare an ordinance for full implementation. That'll be done, it'll show up on a consent agenda.
Well, it's an ordinance, so it can't even be consent agenda, but we can do a quick vote on it, so.
But it'll be on
So
one
that's
of
less
the
than,
agendas.
the only other request I have before you make a motion, with us being down 2 staff members, I would just ask, until we complete the transition, I would be more than happy to help with the board meetings, and when we get to the budget meetings, I will be here to help video record those. Until we get the new planner, I would ask for us, until we get the new planner, to start the videotaping then. Because in the interim, the person that's helping out, I think doesn't have to worry about, so I would just ask that. I think I can be at the CDA meeting, so once I get directions from the CDA of where I can try to help that out as well. But for planning commission, I would just want to wait.
I think we talked about this, and I did ask a question, and because we're not live streaming, I thought the issue was with the live streaming. I volunteered my time, I'm some CDA member, or the staff, whoever the staff person is it's just pushing a button, right?
Right, so we'll do that for all committees. I'm asking until we get a new planner, then we wait for planning commission.
For planning commission, okay.
Well,
I move to adopt policy number 32 as presented with the change of deleting the second sentence in the 4th paragraph regarding live streaming.
is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, I requested clarification on bullet point 4 that it's long-range
planning
And budget workshops of the finance and budget committee.
Yes, thank you, I forgot that.
Can I amend the motion, make an amendment to the motion?
You can.
Okay, I'd like to amend the motion to include, so everything he motioned, the motion, but to add language that we would videotape board committee meetings that occur before village board meetings. So, do I need to name the 6 of them? Or do
I
committee, is that
didn't
general?
understand that.
I would like to add to also videotape committee board meetings. So the ones that happen that we are part of, 3 members are on each of those committees. Public Works, do I need to state all of them or can I leave it general like that?
You just say the standing committees.
Standing committees, thank you.
Standing committees of the board.
Second.
Okay, so we have to take up the amendment first. All in favor of the amendment to the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
So what was that vote?
4-3.
What, how did you vote?
Aye.
Aye, so then I think it's 4-3 then. With the nays.
3-4.
Did I say that?
Yeah. Or they,
3-4 fails.
Now we'll take up the original motion.
the proposed language change, did you?
With deleting that line and adding that clarification to that bullet.
Are you good with that? Okay. All in favor of the original motion with the comments that trustee Martin made? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. That takes us to item 9B1. Consider resolution 2017-10 regarding CDBG cooperative agreement. Trustee Martin.
Our 3-year cooperative agreement with the Milwaukee County for the Community Development Block Grant is running out. They've requested that we approve and enter into an agreement for the period 2018 to 2020. As you were provided a copy of the cooperation agreement. Get something on the table, I would move approval of resolution 2017-10 adopting the cooperation agreement between the village of Shorewood and Milwaukee County for participation in the Urban County Community Development Block Grant Program in Milwaukee County.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
In there, it appears that we've been doing it for 3 years. It does say we have to provide an annual report on at least outlining the 3 items taken to further fair housing and documenting actions taken to affirmatively further fair housing. I'm just wondering if we have written that report annually?
It's my understanding that we have are been compliant. We had anticipated that our planning department, because these are planning-related program requirements, that they would provide those services and submit those reports, and are anticipating the new plan will pick that work up.
I'll just make a comment on this too. The amount that a community like Shorewood gets on the CDBG is very small. And but we do want to enter into this cooperative agreement because it's important for the county to have all the different municipalities participate. So that's what we're really looking for.
We have limited eligibility, and the administrative requirements of getting the grant are much more intense than those to participate in the agreement. But we want to make sure these resources come into our metropolitan area because that benefits everybody. So that's what you're acting on tonight.
Yep. Trustee Rozak.
The reason that I ask is I don't see it as symbolic. I love supporting regional efforts. That's why I voted for Vision 2050. as trustee McKay had said, you know, it is, we want to support regional efforts, and that's definitely what this resolution is doing. But I also do care about fair housing opportunities in Shorewood, and so that's the reason I would like a copy, if you could follow up, of the
Sure.
reports, is to see what we did document as our 3 efforts to promote fair housing in Shorewood, whether we get the funding or not. We say we're going to do it, we commit to the values and the you know, the purpose of that program, regardless if we're going to get the funding or if it goes more to walking based on, you know, housing based on formulas or income levels. So there is also one of those things that you can pick is a participation in a homeowner repair program that we used to have. So I'm assuming that that might have been one of our reporting, you know.
Still do.
I don't know, I think we took it off the table, the repair one, according to our last CDA presentation. I think it's gone, just.
I was told we were still doing that, we do it through the county. Obviously, we don't do anything local.
Leanne has something to say.
I can tell you that from doing this in years past, historically, the 3 items have been